And we're back. Hello everybody, DarkPhoenix Gaming here, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. Last time we left off, we had the whole Vichy-France treaty thing, rearranging the borders and everything with Italy in a satisfactory manner. I also, last time, conquered Norway and Sweden, meaning that now the British can't somehow manage to use Sweden to disrupt my tungsten trade, because Sweden is occupied by me. After that, of course, I invaded Bulgaria on the way to my invasion into Turkey and into the Middle East, towards Belgium's colony all the way down in Africa. I also, because of an event, went to war with Yugoslavia. And then Croatia here rose up against Yugoslavia and joined the Axis. So, they're now one of my allies. A pity that I couldn't give all of Yugoslavia's territory to them. A good chunk of it went to Italy, and some of it went to Legionary Romania, who is my puppet state. But I would have liked to hand it over to Yugoslavia, just because that would be more useful. But right now, I have just begun the invasion of Turkey. I'm planning to leave Greece alone for the time being, unless they start anything. Just because of strategic reasons, the mountains along the Greek border tend to be what we call annoying to try and take. So, without further ado, we're going to unpause the game. And I have like 30 free military factories now. We're producing a bunch of fighters every day. Some close air support and a handful of tactical bombers. But the fact that we really need rubber is seriously hamstringing my production of fighters and bombers. So, in order to get that rubber, we need to get down into Britain and Angola. Vichy France has some. Why are they not sending it to us? As does Liberia. I may have to invade them as well. I've also got a bunch of synthetic refineries that I am trying to construct to offset this problem. But it's going to take a very long time to get that up and running. Also, we can't add any more to my submarine production lines. A little bit more to convoys, though, would be nice so we can have actual trade. We're getting more resistance to occupation. I am recruiting some military police divisions to help with that, but they've got a while before they're done. Anyways, I can now modify my government again and add some more people. Political advisors. Let's see if we have anyone here. Heinrich Himmler. We could get in on this if I wanted to. That would give us some more reduction to the effective partisans and foreign subversion activities, as well as 2% more non-core manpower, and we can recruit foreign SS divisions I say we go for it. Industrial concern. I'm also going to get refining concern with IG Farben, so that we can research that a bit faster. We're working on the focus to form the Reichskommissariat right now. I'll put a bunch more into our infantry equipment, I think. Tanks, I mean. As well as a couple more into medium tanks. Sorry, did I say put a bunch more tanks into infantry equipment? I meant industry. So now we will kick it up to 2 speed. We need a bit more rubber, as well as fucking 78. Sorry, a bit more oil, as well as fucking 78 rubber. Is there anyone I can trade with? This. Apparently our trade for rubber with the Soviets has just stopped. Japan, we can get a total of 2 out of them. Philippines, 1. 2. Yeah. I'll just get what I can from all over. With the exception of the ones, of course. Are any of you willing to trade for more? No. Yeah, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm making the suggestion, but oh wow, just look at all the rubber being produced down in India. 29. And if I could get over right here to Ceylon, that's 78. That would solve all my rubber problems. If I could just manage and 5 more over here. If I could just manage to invade India, or if Japan would demand Indochina from the French, then that would solve all my fucking problems with rubber, if I could just trade with the Japanese. Let's see. What's Japan doing right now? Come on. I just want to find the one that's their foreign stuff. Basically. Army expansion. I don't know which of these they've gone with, but once they get China, I'm hoping Japan will decide to just occupy Free France's stuff down here, because that is a lot of rubber I would love to be trading with Japan for. There's no way they're going to give it over. And then the Dutch East Indies. Just look at that. 225 rubber. If only Japan would occupy the East Indies, we would be sitting good for rubber. But for now, we'll have to invade the Middle East and then into Iran, into India to get that. Speaking of Iran, they don't want to join our faction, unfortunately. Would be very nice if we could avoid having to deal with them militarily, but that's not a thing, apparently.
Bitte? Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Whatever reason, we cannot march. Into their territory just because of the fact that they're not in the war. So there we go. That should solve it. Unfortunately, we're likely to be here for a while just because they had some troops over there. And, of course, random convoy raiding bullshit. But once I take over Turkey, we can head down into the Middle East. But Vichy France isn't going to be holding on to Morocco for very long, so in addition to getting these resources, we're just going to have to save their asses. Because they are terrible at keeping a hold of their territories in the face of enemies. They really are. Turkey just joined the Allies. Honestly, I was expecting that. Vichy France, Slovakia, and Hungary can all join this war too, because it's effectively the same war now, so we have no reason not to let them in. What was that noise? Why did I just hear a naval alarm? I do not know, but that one's going to be going on for a little while. Permit SS recruitment in a bunch of places. We could make Himmler a field marshal, but if we go based on the actual history of what happened when political officers got given charge in the German Reich, that is not a very good idea. Let's see. Hopefully we can break through soon enough. Oh, Legionary Romania is trying to launch a naval invasion of Istanbul, are they? I see. They're also failing horribly. We can now form the Reichskommissariats, so puppet governments in the territories we occupy. Synthetic rubber to modify the refinery outputs. Excellent. Now we can take a lot more decisions. Okay, so What the fuck?
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Apparently part of Norway hasn't been occupied yet. I'll have to do something there, if possible. Or not.
Befehle.
Let me see. How do we want to do this? Fascist supporters start a civil war. How does that work when we control literally all of Norway? Would love to know. But I don't think they're about to be telling. Oh well. We could also do the same in Belgium. I'm going to do the Reichskommissariat Norway thing just to see what happens. Because I'm curious as to how that will work when we occupy literally their whole country. And yes, they are a German puppet state now. Pity I can't do that with Sweden. Apparently we can only do it in certain countries that are historically got occupied by Germany. Kind of unfortunate. I could do Belgium and the Netherlands, but I think I'll keep my control of that area. So for the time being, we've got armies 4, 6, and 7. So Army 6 is really small, Army 7's not that large either, so I'm just going to merge the two of them. Manstein has Army 6, so we'll merge Army 7 with Army 6.
Befehle.
And now I'm going to send good old Manny to help out against Turkey. I mean, they don't probably need the help, but it would speed things along. And right now, we're in a bit of a stalemate along the Turkish border. And I would like to deal with that fast if possible. And once we break through them there, once we do that, then I'll send Manstein over to Guderian to man the Soviet border. I'm surprised the Soviets haven't gotten around to annexing Estonia yet. Oh, I believe that's them working on it right now, actually. So Estonia will probably be disappearing soon, unfortunately. This battle has a while to go before we see any progress, unfortunately. It's just sort of a little bit of a grind at the moment. It'll be less so soon enough once I successfully break their lines and everything. We should be able to just crush them. But for the moment, no.
Ihre Befehle? Ihre Befehle?
Einstein, damn it, I told you. Get your ass over here. Why is he ignoring my orders? God. I hate it when the AI does this. Just decide your orders are not important. Army 6.
Zuhören. Angetreten.
So I'm going to tell all of them to go there, rather than just the ones who were doing it before. For whatever reason, some of these armies do not want to move, and I'm not clear on why. I suppose I'll have to do it manually. Get your asses out of Norway. You are no longer needed there, you idiots. Italy declares war on Greece. Great. I was just going to leave Greece be, but no. They had to force the issue. Bloody Italians. Yeah, you have fun with that, Italy. Now Greece has just fucking joined the Allies. Well, if Manstein's guys
Ihre Befehle?
never get here, I suppose I could. Yeah, I should probably lend the Italians a hand with Greece. And see if we can't knock them out before they become an issue. Because this is Italy, after all. As we all know, they have no competence whatsoever. But goddammit, Italy, you couldn't leave well enough alone.
Bereit.
Oops, did not mean to do that, so let's unassign those divisions and these paratroopers. We can start getting ready for a paradrop. I'm just going to test the waters against the UK. Is there seriously not a valid location for a paradrop within the UK from Calais? I guess our lack of transport planes are contributing. Anyways. Move over into northern France. We're going to want to start doing a paradrop there eventually. We now have a lot more planes in reserve, though, so I suppose that's a good thing. And it would appear that we have the Greeks contained for now. As was the case in actual history, when it comes to Italy trying to invade Greece, it looks like it will be Germany doing all the legwork. Because the fucking Italians are so worthless they can't even do their job right. We have a handful of unassigned divisions. Manny, I think you could do with a handful more tanks. Thanks, old chap. And we can start... Actually, let's check the guys I have in garrison duty in France. How many do they need to actually do their job? 21 divisions. So, you can join up with that. So that we can start doing a better job at garrisoning in France. Okay, what's up with this? For whatever reason, one of my armies has an order to garrison this area, which is a German core state. Please don't. Also, who right now is this that we've got attacking? Who is it that's attacking the Italians with obvious disadvantages? I'm gonna say don't. I would like to tell you guys to be purely defensive towards Italy. It's Manstein's guys, isn't it? No, it's not, for whatever reason. One of my forces over here seems to be trying to attack the Greeks. I would rather they didn't. But it doesn't seem we're going to get much consensus on that front. You see, Italy, this is why I wanted to leave Greece well enough alone. You're going to get your ass kicked. Oh, and apparently they have air superiority right now. Let's move all my fighters. It won't get us perfect coverage, but this should help. And I'm just going to have the lot of you redirect your air coverage into Greece. Maybe that will help us a little. The Eastern Balkans are having supply problems. Go help police France. I don't have any other orders for you right now, so do the whole policeman thing in France if you would. And the Soviets are about to try and claim Poland. Maybe I should have gone with the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk thing. Oh dear, this could be a problem. It's possible that in this alternate timeline, the Soviets are going to be the ones invading Germany and not the other way around. Interesting, that. Right now I'm holding off the Greeks, but not much in the way of an offensive to drive the Greeks out of Greece or anything. I could give it a shot at Manstein's attack and see if Italy can support us enough to make it matter, but oh, we've cracked the enemy lines over here at Turkey. Some of our guys are attacking Istanbul. Come on then. Just need to occupy enough of it. The enemy has air superiority in Greece. That's very annoying. Okay, I've got a number of planes in my reserves right now I can make use of. I'll send in what I can. Go. Then you all can deploy in Greece. And we have this particularly large base over here. I'll deploy what I can. That'll be another 200 fighters. As well as a load of bombers. Once you guys arrive, I'm sure that should help out the whole air battle. And sure enough, it is helping. Hey guys, I would appreciate you actually winning against Turkey, if we can manage that. I know it's a lot to ask, but I would like to actually defeat them. Unused wings in our air bases. You guys are standing by, apparently. Well, I told you to go after Greece. Come on. Their efficiency still has to pick up, but getting there. And that's another panzer I can research. For now, though, get me the better submarines. See, political advisor. War industrialists. I think we need one of them to produce our factories a bit quicker. And actually, yes. I'm going to have his plan be slightly less aggressive, but Manstein, you may attack. I'll see if it makes any progress. Give him some time and all that. But I'll take that new medium tank on my production line now. Gonna put upgrades down and reinforcements up there.
Ihre Befehle?
Go join up with them and help out. I would have very much liked to break through a bit sooner. Ace pilot promoted. That's nice.
Zum Ausrücken.
Some more divisions up here. We're finally getting our military police guys coming in. Go help and suppress the unrest over in France. I'd like to keep access to my damn factories if you don't mind. That's another place taken. Now we have Istanbul surrounded on a bunch of sides. Of course, they still have their connection to the other side of that crossing, so I can't exactly totally cut them off, but it's a start. Another ace pilot has been promoted.
Los, ausrücken. Befehle? Bereit.
Yes, I'm going to have all of you at Istanbul now. It's somewhat of a departure, what with me pulling troops from a bunch of different regions, but I'm hoping this helps. And Greece is proving to be a somewhat tough nut to crack. Unlike in the actual history of World War II, they are not just rolling over once Germany arrives. Unfortunate. That, it would have been rather nice if they'd just roll over like that, but they're not into the whole just roll over and admit defeat thing. But we are pushing into Greece a little bit now. As you can probably see here, a good bit of the reason why Greece is such a pain in the ass to take is the mountains on their border. The border with Yugoslavia is pretty mountainous, and mountains tend to be rather hard to occupy. That's the reason why I like to avoid invading Greece if possible, but Italy forced my hand here. They very much forced my hand, and I am not pleased by this. I hope you appreciate this, Italy. I'm committing valuable divisions that could be much more useful doing other things like guarding the Soviet border to help bail your ass out. You'd better be fucking grateful for this. Quite honestly. But our rubber needs are ticking down thanks to all the synthetic refineries that I am throwing up. Speaking of synthetic refineries, let's get a few more. We're going to need a lot of rubber, so some more synthetic refineries should help. That should give me the rubber I need to keep on going with this. And it's slow going, but we are pushing into Greece now. There's the synthetic rubber, +2 output from every refinery. Now, let's see. I could add some more civilian factories, but I don't really care to. I could research the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact just to sort of hold the Soviets at bay until I finish up in other places. And I think I'm going to do that. It will cost me half of Poland, but I think that's a worthwhile sacrifice to make in order to get myself a little bit of time to be better prepared for when the Soviets and I do eventually come to blows. Because I would like it to happen on my terms, rather than theirs. And let's pull back from that attack on Istanbul. And no sooner do I say that they resume the offensive. Fucking spectacular. Jesus. It's kind of annoying, not gonna lie. When they do that, I just tell them to stop launching a certain attack and they immediately resume it. Okay, the game just froze up there for a second. So, I am going to save it. Just in case this is a precursor to a crash to desktop. I very much doubt that because I've gotten precious few crashes in Hearts of Iron 4 outside of when I'm playing with Kaiser Reich, but I would rather not risk it, quite frankly. I'd just rather not risk it. And we're not quite over the mountains yet in regards to Greece, but we are over a significant chunk of them. A lot of the ones on their northern border are falling pretty rapidly to us. So soon enough, we should have Greece in our hands. And outside of Istanbul, most of Turkey's territory in mainland Europe is ours, so this campaign into the Middle East for rubber is not going to be as quick as I would hope for, but I think it is something that we can do. Even if it does take a little more time than I'd like. We just have to essentially keep battering at them. One of the less wise German strategies of beat them to death with a stick. Unfortunately, the terrain over at Turkey prohibits any kind of fancy blitzkrieg tactics, which I prefer just to save manpower and such. The Soviet Union has declared war on Finland. Ah, I was wondering when that would happen. Soviet diplomats have presented an ultimatum to the government of Finland demanding border adjustments in the region of Karelia. Despite a significant buildup of forces on the border, Helsinki has rejected these demands, stating that not a single foot of Finnish soil will be given willingly to the Russian aggressors. And the Soviets have responded by invading Finland. We'll see how well this campaign goes for them. Hungarian bomber competition. They're holding trials for a new medium bomber in the middle of a war of all times. Let's see. Our newest model is poised to win. Yes. Give them in licensed production. This is Hungary. There are puppets. It's not like when Yugoslavia wanted it. Italy had just laid claim to their territory. This is completely different. Italy is suggesting an exchange of technology. I'm going to say yes to that. Mountain infantry and naval doctrine treaties. Excellent. And we appear to have finally cracked Istanbul. They have fallen. course, now we have to attack across a strait, which is always very difficult to do. But soon enough, we'll have taken that little piece of territory. And now, with Greece, we are over the mountains, and we've isolated this little pocket of territory. But now with the mountains out of the way, we can push into the rest of Greece, and with the exception of Crete, we should be able to take them easily. Unfortunately, I can't take Crete just yet because we don't have the transports to land paratroopers there. Not yet, anyways. We'll have them once I get the rubber I'm after, but not at the moment. For now, we are pushing back the Greeks. And once we crush them over here, Mani is going to be moving on to what is left of Greece. You can finish up over there. And we've polished off that and are finally beginning our offensive into Turkey proper. Finland wants to join the Axis. Sorry, Finland, that's not gonna happen. I respect that you would like some help with the invasion you're currently undergoing. But I would rather the war with the Soviet Union happen when I want it to, and not before. And we are finally beginning a push towards Athens. There's still a while to go before we actually succeed, and our guys up here need to polish that off before we can send our main force down. But we're getting to it. Military Police 2 is done. Next, I'm going to go with Concentrated Industry 4, so we can start producing more of our shit. And now, the Soviet Union and the Finnish have agreed to a border adjustment, let's just call it. They didn't decide to annex them. We have a naval invasion underway in Finland. Well, too bad for whoever's doing that. The bulk of my forces are currently in Finland, attempting to push across the strait, so that's not gonna help you. Apparently Sweden is considered a major country. That's interesting. Things are rather slow going against Athens, but up here, some nice progress. Shouldn't take us too long to crush these imbeciles. It's going to Italy, though, because they're the ones who declared the war, and quite frankly, it makes for more contiguous territory to give that to Italy rather than take it ourselves. We need 23 divisions to complete the occupation force in France. We have 19 there. We'll be up to what we need very soon indeed. But now, that's only one more place up here that we need to take before I can redirect all of Manny's forces down to deal with the rest of the morons in Greece. Well, technically it's 2, because there's a straight crossing as well. We are going to move on the attack, if possible. Once all those troops get over there, the wild ace appears. More war support? That's real nice. This little island here, well, not necessarily an island because we can cross, but we're about to take that. And then we can go after Athens. Some progress being made against crossing that strait to Istanbul. The attack on Athens stalled before, and it shall most likely stall again. They didn't manage to win that battle quite in time. Of course, the fact that we're fighting divisions for the United Kingdom, rather than from Greece proper, is probably helping them hold us off. But we have them totally isolated, and there was no way that was going to end in a victory. Quite honestly. Speaking of victory, though, it would appear the Italians have finally broken through to Athens. And they're on to that little peninsula down there as well. Well, when I say broken through, yeah, they've actually taken it now. So, what's Greece looking like? In terms of their surrender value, I mean. Well, they are about to give up. And Manny, I could really use you over here. I really could. So, Manny boy, take all your divisions there and attack. Greece has capitulated, but actually I take that back. I'm going to help the Italians finish off the parts of Greece that are still standing, because the UK has their troops in the region. This is Italy we're talking about, after all. They need all the help they can get. I want to be safe here, and the safest thing to do is to ensure Greece is off the Greek mainland before we make any particular snap decisions. And that is exactly what I will be doing. And the Italians have finally grown a brain. They're not trying to attack fortified enemy positions down here. That's even, dare I say, smart of them. Truly shocking, I know, to be saying that Italy is smart.
Ihre Befehle?
We'll give the Italians a hand in breaking through here.
Bereit!
Hopefully some German divisions can help the stupid Italians not get crushed and actually push the British out of Greece for good. That'll be nice.
Achtung!
Move over to there. Would you look at that? We're about to break through Turkey's lines, it seems. Their 3 divisions there are folding. So how about you? Break them, and then we can move on to make Turkey capitulate and attack into Egypt. And Vichy France has just lost control of their African colonies to Free France. That's rather unfortunate.
Weiter, weiter!
Yes, win there. And let's break their lines again. Get the British out of Greece.
Vorrücken!
Okay, come on, guys. You can do it. Fortunately, when they attacked, it lowered my score, so to speak. And it's up again. But now Yugoslavia has started sending divisions to help out the Turks. What's left of the Yugoslav government in exile, that is. Not Yugoslavia proper, because they are currently occupied and partitioned between legionary Romania and Bosnia. I mean, the independent state of Croatia, rather. They're now partitioned and occupied between Croatia, legionary Romania, and Italy. So not exactly in a position to be doing anything. Like sending troops, for the most part. It's their government in exile, and we have broken through, finally. Now all my divisions there can attack. The Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact is finished. The next thing I'm going to do, if I can find it on here, yes, reintegrate Luxembourg and Alsace-Lorraine, which will make these our core territories again. Now let's see if the Soviets are willing to go for the treaty. I hope they are. I'd like a bit of breathing room before we have to start a war with them. avoid battle defeats. And Moscow signs the pact. They've wisely agreed to our non-aggression pact, so we are free to act without the risk of Soviet intervention. Fortunately, some of our friends now question Germany's commitment towards the destruction of communism. Matters with Poland and France, and our campaign for resources down in the Middle East. Can't forget about that. Have been settled. We may need to revisit this treaty, but that's a discussion for another time. And a few of the people who like us and don't like the Soviets are a little miffed by that, but oh well. Okay. Now we'll see if they're actually going to demand Poland, since I occupied it before and putting that non-aggression pact in place. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work. Now, you guys can move on to there. And we can continue our efforts to push the British out of Greece. And we need to keep pressing forward against Turkey. How's our military police division for their next recruitment? Available. Occupation forces, as well as couple of infantry divisions. Yeah. Join up with them, and hopefully that will start to see to the occupation issues we're getting in France. This way, I won't need to worry about the French forces. Or French partisans, rather, once everyone gets into position. Because if I remember right, 20 is the minimum number of divisions to be reducing unrest. And we have 23. Well, that's probably a bit more than I actually need, but oh well. The partitioning of Poland. Yes, they're going to want it. Poland is ours, but the eastern parts fall under the Soviet sphere of influence according to the stipulations of the pact. Do we let them occupy it? Or give them a claim against us? I'm going to give them their territory. We can always come back and move the border again at a later date. But for now, I want to keep things as they are. And let's find the forces we have occupying Poland and alter my garrison order to exclude the eastern parts. There. There. And now we can have some peace of mind towards the Soviets for the time being. And if it costs us half of Poland, fine. time being, I think that's alright. Though we will have to readjust things again later. Fine, give them a hand.
Suchen Deckung.
Do we have divisions not attacking over here? It very much appears to be so. Okay, but I think this is a good stopping point for this episode. So, it's been DarkPhoenix Gaming, and you've been watching Hearts of Iron 4 as the German Reich. In this episode, we continued to storm through Europe, though at a somewhat more contained pace, and helped bail Italy's ass after they jumped into a war with Greece that they were very much unprepared for. Currently mopping that up. We also took Constantinople and crossed the strait, and are currently pushing against Turkey. Next, and gave up half of Poland to the Soviets for a non-aggression pact. Next time, we will continue our war against Turkey and push into the Middle East. Though the rubber that I started that war to get my hands on, we've somewhat stabilized our needs for that through the use of some synthetic refineries, so I may not need to do that as much as I thought. But stripping those resources from the British is very much worth it, so I am going to continue down into Egypt, I think. In any case, I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you have, please leave a like, comment down below if you have any tips or suggestions. Bearing in mind, though, that this is being recorded about a week ahead of what you're seeing, and subscribe to see more like this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. See you then, folks. See you then.